Hari Om and welcome to all the divine Atmajyotis. Let us continue our contemplation of Sri Dakshinamurthy Stotra. In our last session, we contemplated on the very first line of the first Dhyana Shloka. So we are taking line by line because each line has a lot of wisdom to consider and to realize. So we will today look into the second line. Varssisstthaam-Te Vasad Rssigannaih Aavrtam Brahma-Nisstthaih. So let us contemplate on this one. Who would like to share your view first? Here Shankaracharya ji is describing the setting, how they were sitting.
Vijay, can you just go back one slide?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Would you like to begin, Sarvanji?
Yeah, so the previous one we contemplated on the communication mechanism where why this silence is above all the other media of like trying to like using words, where like mind is needed, right? To get the message 100% without getting tainted, one has to go beyond the mind. If mind is engaged, then it's not that effective, right? So, and that was one, and second one was like he is young in the sense he doesn't change, right? We're talking about the guru. But then like here, when you see old and great sages who are devoted to Brahman, it doesn't matter now. It doesn't matter when they have come to this world or how, what kind of greatness one has achieved, but still, if they are devoted to Brahman, like they still sit to listen, because there is still more to get the greatness of Brahman and to hear it from Ishvara.
Is there any, do you, when you see the picture of how it is, how Dakshinamurti is sitting and what all the, what is being held in each of the hands, what is below his feet and around him, do you get any feelings, what you want to share based on that?
Okay, so the one under the feet, I can see it as like who's in control of the ego, how much ever.
Who is under Dakshinamurti's feet is called as Asura. His name is Apasmara.
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 Okay.
Wrong perception.
Wrong perceptions. Okay. So how, yeah. So I would say like who's in full control of or like those tendencies do not come out, right? One has to be in control. He is in full control of that. And in one hand, there is that a scripture?
Yeah, so there is Shastras
Yeah.
in the
Yeah, one is like fully, he is the uh, source of knowledge,
knowledge. Okay.
right? And the Chin Mudra is he is established in that one, and in Brahman,
Hmm.
and the beads is it to show that he's in meditation, in that silence, but transferring the knowledge to those who are devoted to Brahman.
Hmm.
And is it fire?
Yeah.
Fire.
All right. So we can
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
listen to others also and then come back. Who would like to go next? Ashwini ji, you have something to share?
So here we see the setting in which the how Sri Lord Dakshinamurthy teaches his disciples. So the disciples are old and great sages. So the age here they're in term of time and space, and they're old, but they're ready and willing to accept the knowledge from somebody who is young. So that is one way at one level. The other level is, though they're old, they have not realized Brahman. And Dakshinamurti is forever youthful, always in the self. So they accept him as his guru and they request him to give them the knowledge. I don't know about all the things
Symbols.
what he's holding in his hand, so I think you have to tell that, Vijay.
Okay. Thank you, Ashwini ji. Shubha ji, is there anything that you would like to share?
Sir, I had a question.
Yeah.
So, when they say sitting surrounded by old and great sages who are devoted to Brahman,
Hmm.
so is there a prerequisite here that we should be aware of, or the knowledge of Brahman we should know before getting into this?
So devoted to Brahman means their focus is on the knowledge of the Brahman.
Hmm.
So, for example, just like how when one is devoted to, let's say, for example, sports, they may go to a stadium and look at the sports happening, or they may be involved in that sport. So you use it in that context, right? Devoted to something.
Hmm. Hmm.
So like that, here the devotion of these great sages is towards the ultimate reality. So
Okay.
it can be interpreted like either how Ashwini ji put it. They are yet to fully realize, so therefore they are listening.
Hmm.
Or it is like existence is a continuous infinite wonder. So though the essential knowledge is there, there is always a new realization in terms of how the same thing can be seen. So in that way, their mind is focused on the ultimate reality, and therefore they are sitting there. So it is to show the devotion towards the jnana
Okay. Yeah.
and how they are dedicated towards that.
Vijay, can I say, like, when the word devoted is used, there is still duality. One is devoted to. So,
See, Dakshinamurthy Stotra itself is, in that sense, like we discussed in the last session, the inner guru is personified as Sri Dakshinamurti.
Mm.
So at one level of understanding, bhakti is a great enabler.
Yeah.
So,
but still one level
now,
below that.
Shankaracharya ji has written this, right? So Shankaracharya ji has also written many such stotras and deities. However, if you look at the stotra itself, so it is he takes you towards the Advaita.
Yeah.
But you need to begin with
Yeah. No, yeah. What I meant to say is, those who are like full, like always thinking about it, and devotion is there. That is that 1 inch or centimeter below that one established, because there is no more devotion, because the one who is devoted to the other has become that.
we
There
may
is
not
no
be
mind
able to say
engaged
like that.
thinking about
We may not be able
praying.
to say that there is no devotion. Take a simple example. So day before yesterday, there was a Ratha Saptami celebration, and there was Gayatri Mantra initiation at Prabhuji's place. So there was a Gayatri Puja. So there was a deity of Gayatri, and there were a lot of mantras, and devotion was offered. So now, when you look at it in that sense, oh, is it because there is still a complete realization not there? Maybe not so. See, at the end of the day, when you realize all is one, then you can consciously look at everything as the form of that divine, which is my own self. It is like sometimes, you may
Okay. Yeah.
talk to your hand
I
as,
get it. Yeah.
you know what you have done. So like that, you can kind of talk to it as if it's another thing.
Okay. Or like, then let me rephrase my understanding. As long as the body is there, still the best from outside, from the karma action point of view, it can the highest is for the bodies is to be devoted and doing things which is aligned to bhakti. Can I say that?
Body is driven
Or
by
seva.
body is driven by the inner being, right? Body itself, if you really look at it, body itself has no karma. See, the physical body, the
Yeah,
stula,
but it has to be doing something that way, I said. It is driven by the mind, body and mind together.
yeah, who is doing it? Who is doing it? Who is the embodied here? So the thinking that I am,
Jivatma is there still.
right? So that embodied is the one who says I am doing something. So now I have to go through this life.
So here the sages are the embodied ones. They are the Jivatma is in play here.
So you can consciously take a role. So now the sages are taking a conscious role of bringing the knowledge. Just like how for us Prabhuji is bringing the knowledge. So in one sense, when you and me look at it like from you and our viewpoint, it may look like, oh, Prabhuji is bringing this knowledge from highest. So now Prabhuji is embodied. Now who is embodied? What is the consciousness identification within Prabhuji? Is he identified with this body-mind complex? Who is operating through that instrument? And that is Dakshinamurti only. So in that sense, the sage, here it's a kind of a personification, right? For us to relate to. See, you and I relate to a particular form. Saguna is easier. So when you personify the inner guru and you show it in this way, then it is easier for the eyes to see and the mind to reflect.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it is the inner guru.
The inner guru, yeah, is not, yeah. It, the way it appears outside is in a body.
So
And-
ultimately, through who it is appearing? Shankaracharya ji is the one who's painting this picture for you and me. It is flowing through the mind of Shankaracharya ji. So he is deciding to represent the jnana in this way. You and me to consume.
Okay. Yeah. Also, just recollected, the setting is again it goes by the term Upanishad, right? They are sitting close to the guru.
Close to the guru. Yeah.
Sorry.
Regarding,
Please.
sorry, regarding that devotion, Jnani is the biggest devotee. He is a devotee of everything. He sees everything as himself. So he's devoted to his students, to his everything he sees as himself. So if you say devotion that way, he is a devotee of everything. That is how I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that he sees is the
He sees himself in everything.
okay, himself as
Yes,
Brahman.
seeker's devotion is I am separate. That thought process is still very strong. A seeker's viewpoint. So the seeker's devotion is there is something else.
Yeah,
and I am
seeker's
something
devotion
else.
is, yeah.
Whereas a jnani's devotion is I am everything. So when I am everything, it's just like how, this finger is mine, this finger is mine, this nose is mine.
Yeah.
Care for each one of them. And when you're caring for it, for example, when this finger is hurt, this hand goes and it cares for it. You can say that, oh, this hand, it felt separate from this hand and it is giving love and care is one way of saying it.
Okay.
And it is just a very natural phenomena. There is no, when this is doing in your mind, there is no sense of separation. You just feel that what is needed right now. But an outside view can say, look, this hand is separate from this hand. So this hand went and is giving care to this hand. Oh, this hand is in duality. That can be one of the viewpoint that
from
the
outside,
can say.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Thank you.
Shubhaji, did it clarify?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is there anything more you would like to share, Shubhaji?
No, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Deepaji, how about you?
Can see two things in this way.
Your voice is not audible, Deepaji.
Am I audible now?
Not very clear.
Am I audible now, sir?
Better.
I can see two things in this.
Yeah.
The way everyone surrounds Prabhuji with devotion and try to understand what he teaches. That is what I can see in this picture.
Your voice is kind of fading in and out. I am not able to hear clearly.
Yeah.
Just a minute.
It's very feeble.
I'll change my place, sir.
Yeah.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Like the way people surround Prabhuji when he teaches, with the devotion, everyone with devotion listen to him. I can see that in this picture. And as you said, Dakshinamurti is the guru within us. That is also what I can see in this. The scripture is the knowledge within us. Then the beads in his hand is bhakti.
Are you
that-
moving the phone?
Oh, am I not audible properly?
See, now whatever the way you are holding and speaking is correct.
Okay. The scripture that Dakshinamurti ji is holding in his hand is the knowledge within us. Then the beads in his hand represents the devotion. Then the fire that he has in his hand must be the fire within us to do something that will enable us to achieve something spiritually. Then the one under his feet must be the ability to control our mind. That's it, sir.
Very nice.
What was that to control the mind? The
One
feet.
under the feet.
Okay.
Padmaji, your view, please.
So here Varssisstthaam-Te, the rishis who are old, and Dakshinamurti who is always 16. So how I connect that is when you are associated with the body, mind, intellect, that is subject to time and space, whereas the Brahman or the eternal is beyond time and space. So that is what is represented in the physical aspect of the guru and the shishyas, I feel. And also they are seated below him, so that has a bhava of surrender and acceptance that you are higher than me, and I am ready to receive this knowledge from you. That is the second aspect. So the third aspect is we have an ignorance within us. So what can destroy that ignorance, or what can remove that ignorance, is the jnana. That is why it is ignorance is at his feet. And he has managed to destroy it with the right jnana. And the chin mudra is representing of the jnana mudra. And if we see, one thing common among all of them is the scripture and the beads. Even the shishyas are holding that. So how I understand is they are someone who are already, they are rishis. So they are already into gaining the scriptural knowledge. And for how I connect the beads or the rosary beads is for the, it is mainly used for the mantra jap or something like that, right? So I feel that when you do the chanting, it definitely has benefits. So they have the scriptural knowledge and they must be chanting as well. So that to continue those things is, maybe he's holding that is one of the right aspects that you are following as a disciple. And the fire that he is holding, I am seeing it from a couple of perspectives. One is to show that You are a spark of me. That is one aspect I can see. And the other one is Deepaji also said, you should have the seeking to get this jnana. You should have the seeking from within. So it is like the fire also within you. Like what do you say? How fervently you want to seek that knowledge. To them only it comes. Otherwise, there will be many who will be dwelling or reading the scriptures, but it might just be a reading for them. They may not be interested to go beyond that. So the fire within to seek has to be there to ultimately receive that knowledge is how I see, sir.
Very nice. In most of the forms that are shown of the gods and the goddess, usually the asura would usually be killed, or their head will be chopped, something usually shown. Whereas here, Dakshinamurti just has that apasmara, the asura, under his feet. So that apasmara, he is controlled. There is no, so the wrong perception is not necessarily, it cannot be removed. It is part of the whole. However, you can wield it. You can overcome it. You can raise above it. And when you look at the symbols, one another way of looking at it is Jnana Bhakti Karma Samagama. So the scripture is the Jnana, the rosary is the Bhakti, fire is the Karma. So Yagna. So Yagna. And then this is in the Chin Mudra, that the so-called Atman and the Paramatman are the one. And all that is Brahman only. All that is divine only. So when you perform whatever the Jnana, Bhakti, Karma, with that understanding, so in a way, when you look at it, from a seeker viewpoint, these are the three fundamental paths. If you want to consider, fundamentally, there are two paths in one sense. There is Jnana, there is some kind of a karma, right? However, Jnana, Bhakti, Karma, Samagama, with the clarity that all is one. So those are the four hands. So the three aspects are essentially, from a seeker viewpoint, are the different paths that a seeker can take. And ultimately, all of them lead to the Chin Mudra, the reality that I and the Paramatman are the one. There is no individual, there is no separation. So like that, here, the wrong perception is under the feet, and the right jnana and the bhakti and the karma are given by the Guru for the seeker. Whereas Dakshinamurti himself is able to sit, as we saw in the last session, is able to sit facing the south. South is a symbol of birth and death. South is a symbol of, usually in terms of spiritual evolution, it's like going up is the north, going down is the south. Whereas Dakshinamurti is able to comfortably face south. Meaning what? Meaning he is not going to be hampered. He has risen above it. He is fully established. So he is established. So he is beyond all this. And that's your true inner reality. Hari Om.
Vijayji, also that we didn't talk about the cow. Is there a...
Usually cow is shown around Shiva, as a Nandi is shown around Shiva, as a symbol of great awareness, the Sakshi Bhava.
Also, he's considered to be a great devotee as well, no, sir?
Thank you.
Any other viewpoints or any other questions? Anyone?
Sir, why the banyan tree? Why that?
That
Like
we have another line coming up. Vatavitapi Samipe. So where we can go deeper.
Okay, sir.
So one of the way we can look at it is the vriksha of life. So what a vriksha spreads, no? What a vriksha spreads. So the vriksha of life is like that. The nature of life is, it is an infinite expansion.
Vijayji, is this drawing interpretation from the sloka? Like, I'm sure, like whoever came up with initially. This is the prominent drawing used when
This is
the
the
picture
prominent
used.
drawing used usually to represent Sri Dakshinamurthy.
And that that animal skin also below on which they sit. Right? That is also mentioned in few places, right?
One of the symbol is, the tiger is a symbol for ego. So one is able to sit on the ego, use the ego, not used by the ego. And the other yogic interpretation given is, usually the animal skin is good for insulation, purely from a standpoint of, how these meditations used to happen in colder places and such, right?
Even in Gita, it's the sitting is given, right? How to sit and meditate in one of this, one part.
Yeah. But in a symbolic way, it's an insulation from the world. When you sit for meditation, you need to sit in a place where, as much as possible, you need to be less distracted, that you are able to focus, and you need to be insulated from the day-to-day affairs. Then only you can have the right kind of focus in the mind to go inward. But here Dakshinamurthy has gone above it. Anything else? Then shall we end this contemplation?
Yes.
Hari Om.